Hey, welcome back to Commercial Finance Experts Academy. My name is Suo Trung. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about the continuation of the process that I spoke about in the last video, and regarding the intake of the commercial financing portion. Now, today we're going to talk specifically more about the commercial financing component itself and what it might take and how you can avoid being derailed or about wasting your time on that. The biggest thing that I found is that in commercial financing, there's always an exception to everything. But getting everything up front is the biggest hurdle that you're going to have to take, okay? And patience is a virtue in commercial financing. Here's what I mean. For you to be an effective person, you need all the documents up front, more so than any residential file you ever come across. Not just the application, but you need all the specific documents regarding the personal and their assets and their background story and all that. The documents that we require, in addition to the personal documents, you know, the personal financial statement, we call it personal net worth, PNW. Personal net worth is a listing of all the assets they have, whether it's real estate, stocks, mutual funds, anything that they have access to, right? And also a list of the liabilities that they currently have, access to line of credit, as well as any mortgage or personal loan that they may have. That also, if it's corporate owned, that also needs to be disclosed as well. If it's a holding company outside of this holding company that we're talking about, then we won't need that. So only specific to the holding company that we are talking about. These documents are required for the holding company. There's a few that we need. The articles is one. And the central security registers and all that, they're inside the minute book. The minute book has a few items in there. The shares register, the central security register, director's resolution, and all the borrower's resolution. Meaning it gives them a power, the ability to borrow. It should be an article that's been adopted. Whole bunch of sheets. If the person did this online, chances they will not have the minute book. If they did it online only, get the minute book because they're missing. I can guarantee you that. And if that's missing, the lenders will not go ahead. They need that to be done, written up, backdated, whatever they need to be done, get it. If they did it online, they would not have it, okay? So make sure that they have the articles with all the supporting documents. And the down payment is a touchy one. The down payment, all commercial financing on commercial property, all we need is a snapshot. Some lenders want 30 days, but be careful. If it is with one of the banks that's funding the loan, they may want a history, or they may want the reason why, where the large sums came from. It's just really keep an eye on this because it's really important. If you were to deal with TD, for example, and their current existing is with TD, existing money is with TD, then they want a longer history of all the large down payment, just as they were on the residential side. Now, one way to get around this is specifically don't deal with TD. Okay, that's how it is because every lender wants is a snapshot of what they currently have. So they will not need all of that. Man, I need a new eraser. So the down payment is not a challenge because you can have access to line of credit. It doesn't have to be line of credit. Mess it up with that TD. If the line of credit it's fine, they're okay with it. If it's personal line of credit, even better. If it's business line of credit, they might have to debt service that if it's in the same holding company. If it's a separate operating company, then it's not an issue. As long as the operating company can debt service that, that's not a major issue at all whatsoever. The other documents that's really required depends on the property itself. The property docs you can get that directly from the realtor, so it's not an issue. The issue that may come from is you need to get an accountant information, an accountant and lawyer. Here's why. An accountant, you require the financial statements. Sometimes you need an updated one. Sometimes you might need not a current one, but an ongoing one called interim. There's an interim financial statement just in case, say the company is already past 9 months into the year. They don't not have completed the year yet, but at least they have some kind of interim financial statements in the last 6 months, right? Semi-annual. Some have quarterly, so you can get that. Sometimes it's a running ledger, accounts receivable, accounts payable. You might be able to get that from the accountant as well to show them that operating company is doing well. And the other one is you need to get the lawyer information. Why you need the lawyer information? You need to talk to the lawyer to see whether they're okay with working with the brokers or not, and whether they understand about the independent legal advice portion, whether they have an in-house person to handle that, or is it going to be an outside person? Because then you need to get another lawyer involved. If an IOA is required and that lawyer that the client's using is not able to do that. Some are not able to do independent legal advice inside the same firm, right? So instead of doing 2 sets of lawyers, now you have 3. Brutal. Now you have to pay a little bit extra money for the third one for an ILA, right? Independent legal advice, ILA. Okay. The other thing too is whether they're able to recognize your broker fee agreement and ask them how they feel about that. Representing, well, you know, is this legal that the client must pay, or is it a discretionary agreement that the client may override that? You have to ask the lawyer. A lot of lawyers that I like to deal with is that if the client signs it, sir, we will make sure you get your broker fee if the client signs it. Some lawyers say no, if the client overrides that broker fee agreement, then we have to follow the client's side, right? So keep that in mind, because otherwise you do other work and you won't be able to get the cake at the end of the day. So I like to use my own set of lawyer because I know that they have always worked in the past with me and they've always stood up for why on all of our broker fee agreement, they managed to get that to us. Okay? So that's a tip of the day. If you didn't hear that, use your own lawyer that you trust and know and that trusts you and do business with you, that will make sure you get your money. Okay? So these are the very important first step, the secondary step that you need to make sure that you have in place. At the end of the day, if you don't want to be running for the line of credit, or you don't want to be running for the last piece of the down payment because they said they have it, but you don't have proof of it, treat it the same way as a residential side. You may not need the 90 days, but you will at least have 30 days. And always ask the question if they have the large lump sum payments or deposit to the account in the last 90 days or not. If they do, make sure you understand which line it is, and you may not want to go there. Okay? If you need to go there, then make sure they have the proof of where that money came from. All right? Because they will definitely ask for it. So keep these in mind. And of course, there's more other reports, other items that we need, but we'll talk in the next few videos coming up. As far as today's goal is concerned, these are the ones that you need to do to make sure that you don't waste your time up front. Okay? So if you have any questions, just email me at sue@sharingbanksecrets.com. You like the videos, comment below. And coming in the near future, I'll be doing webinar hosting to go through a lot of the introductory level for commercial financing from A to Z as well. Keep an eye out for that. Okay? Any questions? Email me, comment below, or subscribe to the channel. See you next time.